All right. Let's get this party started, okay? I didn't put explicit language, so I won't be using the curse words that I plan to use today. Just kidding. It is Thursday, February 8th, 2024. Pitchers and catchers will be reporting soon. We're going to have baseball coming at us full speed ahead, although the Super Bowl is this weekend, so I hope everybody has a great time. We're just waiting for the sound to come through the chat room before I say hello to everybody. I see that King Hap did the happy hour last night, and we love the happy hour. We're just in bed by the time it comes on, but we do appreciate King Hap and all of his friends. You can find the Happy Hour Social Club on Facebook. You could also find them on Twitch, Happy Hour SC. That's King Hap and Taco every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And you're probably wondering, if you're listening on demand, how in the world can 7:30 Eastern be too late for anybody? But it is, because we get up early. I get up on Lenny's schedule now at 4 in the morning, and so that's what we do. But we do love the happy hour, and we're happy to have happy hour on our network. And so welcome to the chat room, everybody.
Sound is good.
I'm just waiting for the sound. Leonard says the sound is good, and everybody knows Lenny is sitting here right by my side, and we're doing good. So just go ahead and refresh. Lenny says hello. Say hi so everybody knows you're alive, Leonard.
Okay.
Okay, he says okay. He's not being very helpful, but that's okay. All right. So back to baseball. Let's talk about some baseball. Let's say hi to the chat room people. Good morning to Chris and Debbie Gallo, Eddie and Teresa Heckman, Laura and Mary, Lenny, SM King Turd, all the Turd family, Tommy Johnson, Triple Play, Zelmo, and some others. And we have a chat room that's filling up as we speak. But Laura, I'm glad you're here this morning. Bright and early, bushy-tailed. I noticed a couple things about the Mets yesterday. The first one is that I saw an interview with President of Baseball Operations, David Stearns. He was on a podcast, a video podcast called Foul Territory. Yesterday, they were asking him about Pete Alonso. And of course, I had to see it myself because I don't trust the media vultures to talk about Pete Alonso the way he should be talked about, because they don't like him. He's not a media favorite. So here's the thing. He is a Mets fan favorite, and he also is a favorite of the managers and the coaches. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, they were asking David Stearns about Alonso and whether they expect to sign him to a contract extension prior to him reaching free agency next year, and they said probably not, but he is in their long-term plans. He says that he's hopeful that the two sides will eventually be able to work something out, but it really doesn't sound like either side plans to have this happening before the end of the season. Scott Boras is now in charge of Alonso's future, so I don't know how much that means or matters, but he's guaranteed $20.5 million this year, and we'll see what happens. I think they would be out of their minds to let Pete Alonso go. You know I'm a big favorite, because when the media vultures don't like somebody, I'm all in, okay? Here's the thing. King Hap, welcome aboard. Another thing I saw that they were bragging about, lots of great Mets fans on X, and I love being a part of the Mets fans on X. There's a great guy that makes up a song about each of the players, and he's called the Jingle Man. But there's a lot of LGM, Let's Go Mets on X. You know, it's interesting. I'm not really... I do like the Mets, of course. They're the closest team to where I live. Also, I've pretty much always been a Yankee hater, so I had to pick one, and I picked the Mets. So I do consider myself a Mets fan. I used to be a huge Red Sox fan, but I'm really not that anymore. Definitely not a big Red Sox fan, right, King Hap? King Hap has to support the Red Sox because he lives over there in Massachusetts. But here's the thing. The different team bases on X, like the different groups of people. Malpal will testify to this. The Padres, we call it Padres Twitter or Mets Twitter, but it's really not Twitter anymore. Anyway, the Padres X people are always trying to find a reason to be positive, and Malpal is always on there telling them the truth, right? Because the truth really hurts for Padres fans this year. Anyway, I really like the group of people that I've been able to find and follow, and the Mets fans. Hopefully I'll get to meet some of these people in person. But here's one thing. They were bragging about Steve Cohen yesterday and what a great guy he is, the best owner in the game. Let's go Mets, ba, ba, ba. Okay. And this is based on the fact that they are going to donate $5 million for addiction and mental health services infrastructure in Queens. So the bulletin came out from the Mets management. It says, we are going to support responsible gaming and improve youth and senior services, $25 million for community-identified health care and youth and senior needs, including $10 million for a health clinic in East Elmhurst, $10 million for a youth and senior center in Corona, and $5 million for addiction and mental health services infrastructure in Flushing. Also, in addition to the financial commitments to the greater Queens community, Cohen and Hard Rock International are committing to a minority and women-owned business enterprise, contracting, local hiring, and workforce development initiatives, a small business lending program, child care for employees, and a responsible gaming program. And I just say to myself, you do see why they're doing this, right? I mean, I'm not trying to knock Steve Cohen or any of the Mets. It's awesome what they're planning to do, but you do realize that they're only doing this because they want to build a casino outside of the city field. And in order to get these people on their side, they bribe them with money. So they say, oh, we'll do all this for the community if you let us build our casino. Clearly, Cohen and Hard Rock International are committing to building this casino outside of Citi Field, which personally I would absolutely find just a great time, okay? What could be better than kicking it at the casino, going to see a Mets game, and then going back to the casino, right? Better find a place to sleep if I'm going to be doing that. Anyway, there's the Happy Hour Social Club. He's got Taylor Swift. So I'm assuming that you're rooting for the Chiefs, King Hap. Good morning to Arnie. Great to see you. King Turd. Wonderful to everybody. Big L on the prowl. Good morning to you. A Dodger fan triple play. Come on. You know I do not approve of the pesky Dodgers. But speaking of the pesky Dodgers, let's talk about Trevor Bauer. How lucky am I? I get to talk about Trevor Bauer today. I already had planned on doing the show this morning, but so Bauer was on a podcast yesterday with Theo Vaughn and basically telling everybody that he wants to play baseball. He says, I will play for the league minimum, okay? Then after that, Bauer posted on X, and of course, all the haters. I can't stand these haters, but you know what? People are going to hate, and I could care less. They all hate on me. They all hate on Bauer. Too bad. Bauer's probably not going to sign this year, so don't get me wrong here. This is a fantasy baseball show, and you know, Malpal and I are sharing the team this year. We start our slow draft on March 1st or something like that. Anyway, he says, if you want, you can draft Bauer with the last pick. I said, you know what? Of course he would be a great addition, but he's still got legal stuff going on. And I don't think a team is going to hire him until he wins this one final court case that he's dealing with, that I'm almost positive he's going to win. Everything's going right as far as that's concerned. He's in the country right now. He was at a golf thing yesterday, and he was signing jerseys, and he's really trying hard to get a team to sign him. Okay, Gary Sheffield Jr., another guy I follow on X, he says that teams should be jumping on the opportunity to sign Trevor Bauer, who is willing to play for a cheap price. Also, Bauer posted this, and I quote, Blake Snell is going to get hundreds of millions of dollars on a multi-year deal, and he should. He deserves it. For a team that doesn't want to commit multi-years, hundreds of millions of dollars, or many elite prospects for a Cy Young Award winner, they could sign me for league minimum and pay zero incremental dollars over what they have to pay to that roster spot anyway. It's just another option for teams that want to win and don't want to break the bank. Getting Bauer on a league minimum base salary with an incentive-based contract would be tremendous for a team, okay? Now, let me remind you, over his last 2 seasons in MLB, Bauer went 13-9 with a 2.24 ERA in 28 starts and struck out 237 batters in 180 and 2/3 innings. He won the National League Cy Young Award in the shortened 2020 season thanks to his 1.73 ERA. But it doesn't end there, because even after 2 years of not pitching for any team in any country, he went to Japan last year and did excellent. The problem teams have, which I'm not even going to go because all it is the media chomping at the bit, trying to talk about all the bad fanfare and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You get the guy at league minimum. He comes out and he wins some games. The fans aren't going to hate him forever. And besides that, what kind of hypocrite are you to act like this guy doesn't deserve a second chance, but every other MFer in